You know, Tony, I think when people tuned in to What Happened When today, they were expecting me to shill really, really hard for StarCast.
Yeah.
All right, well, here goes. Now, not only can you get the show live and on demand in glorious HD, you can win a trip to Las Vegas. We're calling it the High Roller Contest, Tony. Have you heard about this?
The High Roller Contest?
Yeah, check it out.
Please tell, yeah.
All you've got to do is order StarCast on Fight at StarCastOnFight.com. You're going to get more than 20 live stage shows, nearly 40 hours worth of content for one low price, only $59. And as long as you order before midnight on April 23rd, you'll lock in that great price, but you'll automatically be entered into this High Roller Contest. Now, what does that mean exactly? It means you get 2 round-trip airfares from anywhere in the world for you and a friend to come to Las Vegas. And of course, when you get there, we've got you in a hotel suite for 4 nights. Not only that, you've also got a platinum bracelet to StarCast, which means you get to see all 22 shows live. But as if that wasn't enough, you get every single meet and greet. If you've seen them advertised, if they're at StarCast, you're included. You've got that. Plus, you've got VIP to the after party. And the after party for what? Well, Double or Nothing. You're going to that too. It's AEW's very first pay-per-view, and you've got 2 front row tickets. That's right. You heard me right. 2 front row tickets to the biggest show of the year, a platinum band. And how about this? Every single meet and greet, all your hotel expenses covered as well. 4 nights in a hotel suite and 2 round trip tickets from anywhere in the world to Las Vegas. All you've got to do is go to StarCastOnFight.com right now and pre-order. And for just $59, you get all the shows. So everybody's a winner. But if we pick your name on April 24th, whew, it's going to be awesome. Check it out. It's StarCastOnFight.com. StarCastonFite.com. There's 2 R's in StarCast, and Fight is FITE. It's StarCastonFight.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Welcome to WHW Monday. Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
Jim Crockett for Starcade, 605 NWA. TV title, Cajun Omni, the Bunkhouse Stampede. Flair and Horseman, Garvin, Bogey, Magnum, Dusty, Express Tag Team. Turner, Bond, and Mid-South Joint World Championship Wrestling.
Talking about the great years of World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, and Jim Crockett Promotions.
Tony and Friends North, they win. Look, Schiavone's back again. World title split off center stage. Bischoff, Disney, Hogan, and Nitro. New World Order and the Crow. Thunder, Russo, Arquette Champ, Vinnie Mac, simulcast. Tony's back with Conrad, not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh. Lowest rules, cat back. This wasn't the initial plan. Tom Zigg's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a chant. Tommy, you come over here.
What happened when?
WHW Monday. And now, let's go to the ring. And here's your co-host. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With Tony Schiavone in the most echoous chamber of all. No, it's not Lois. It's Caesar's Palace. What?
Wow. And we start out with a fucking zing. It is Caesar's Palace. God, this is so opulent. We've been walking through this place, getting ready for StarCast 2, and I just, it's like, holy fucking shit. How big is this place? Don't say it's big as Lois.
I didn't say
Okay,
that.
you were looking at me to say that, though.
I mean, this is going to be pretty impressive for StarCast, isn't it?
Really is. Yeah.
I don't think a lot of our listeners are ready for this.
No, I think it's, if you've never been here, it blows you away. It really does.
It's pretty over the top, especially for a wrestling convention. Can we agree?
Exactly. There's a health convention in here when we were in here, and I'm thinking, wow, it's a little bit different than a wrestling convention. But it's. I
don't know. There's going to be some blood. It's a Ric Flair roast. Probably be other bodily fluids.
I'm sure they're weird. Wow. So here we are, and this is. But this is not all we're going to be doing this week here in Vegas, are we? Or is it just?
Well, no.
Just kind of planning for StarCast?
I guess by now people know that I'm doing a podcast with JR.
Yes.
So you're going to run into your good old buddy, her. And we're going to tape our very first episode of Grilling JR this week. So
Did you
that'll
say
be pretty
Gorilla and JR?
Grilling?
Okay. It sounded like...
You know, he does barbecue and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a lot of stern questions of him.
Are you going to ask stern questions of him? Right?
I'm going to be a dick.
No.
I think anybody who's listened to our show knows what they're signing up for.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah. So I just... How long is it going to take him to get pissed off at you?
20, 25 minutes.
Okay.
He'll be regretting his decision by the end of episode 1.
Okay.
But then when those downloads come in, baby.
All right. I got that. But are you ready for him to get pissed off at you?
Dude, do you know how many times Eric... Hey, by the way, Mr. Professional, why don't you mute your phone? I know we're taping in Vegas, and you've already done a lot of drugging and whoring, but you should at least know to silence your phone.
Dave, have I done any drugging and horn yet?
Don't put him on the spot.
Answer my question, Dave. Damn it.
Hang on. Are you acting like you haven't had several edibles today?
I haven't had one. I haven't had anything.
You know what you have had, though?
What?
Your ears pierced in the last week.
Let me stand up so everybody here can see.
By the way, I guess we should tell everybody, Tony's standing at the head of a giant boardroom in Caesar's Palace that they've given us. It seats, what is that, 7 on each? Wow, 16-seater here.
Wow.
Here at the head of a this is basically the Schiavone dinner table. I forget. You've got enough cum in you to shampoo a buffalo.
Yes. Well, I guess this would be as good a time as any to talk about Blue Chew. Am I right? Right? Absolutely. If you like sex, you'll like Blue Chew. Blue Chew offers, man, a performance enhancement for the bedroom. At Blue Chew, you can get the first chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Here's what else Blue Chew can do. Blue Chew can work faster than pills, maybe up to twice as fast. The chewables from Blue Chew can be taken on a full or empty stomach, Conrad. Your stomach is always full of shit. Online physician consult is free, so it's cheaper than those two others. It only takes a few minutes to connect with a BlueChew.com affiliated physician. And if you qualify, you'll get prescribed online just like that quickly. No in-person doctor visit, no awkward conversation, ships discreetly to your door in discreet packaging. And here's great news. The chewables from BlueChew.com are prescribed online by a doctor made in the USA. So as we like to say, Conrad, chew it and do it. Here's a great deal for you guys. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you use the promo code WHW. Only thing you got to do is pay $5 shipping. That's first order free with promo code WHW. The only thing they're going to charge you for is $5 for the shipping. Go to this website, BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code WHW. And as always, here on What Happened When, we're giving away #FreeHardDicks.
So let's talk about this.
Okay.
You got your ears pierced.
Yeah, and I'm in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace.
Let's run through this. I'm a little worried about you.
Okay.
Can we just talk for a minute?
My ears have been pierced for 10 years.
When was the last time you wore the earrings?
Yeah, like 8 years ago.
Okay, so here's what I'm suggesting. You've dropped a bunch of weight, true or false?
True.
You made a bit of a life change, got back into wrestling, true or false?
True.
You've got your ears pierced now with diamond earrings.
True.
And you've switched cars in the last year.
Yes.
And you're taking trips out of town a little more often now.
Yes.
And you started wearing Jordan Airs.
That's Air Jordans.
Yeah, you started wearing Air Jordans, and you got some new Carrera shades.
Mm-hmm. And so what's all this leading to, counselor?
You're going through a midlife crisis.
No, I'm not
buddy.
going through a midlife crisis. I'm enjoying life now.
No, let's run through that. If your midlife crisis is at 61, you're doing good.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It's exactly.
Like, I'm 37. I'm knee deep in one right now.
You are knee deep in something, I can tell you that. Whew, look at what you're going to have to shill out for this place.
Stress and debt.
Stress and death, that's good. So listen, this is just the beginning of our night, right? Are we going to do something else? Are we just going to sit here in a boardroom and talk? Or are we going to go out and enjoy the nightlife, bring our microphones with us? How are we going to do this?
Well, I don't know that we're allowed to record everywhere.
Well, okay, I got that.
And I know that you're like a little, you're as nervous as Scott Hyatt right now about getting this podcast out in time.
Right.
And I'm like, it's Patreon. They'll understand if we say we're in Las Vegas.
Right.
And we post a picture on Patreon of you with your ears pierced.
Right.
They'll forgive us and be like, okay, this is going to take a little extra time. Y'all take your time with this one.
Right.
One more day is not at the end of the world. But you're like, no,
it's got to be done.
I'm not Jim Crockett.
That's right. I'm not. I'm going to give them what I advertise. Damn it. I'm going to give them what I. So what do you?
So you wanted to do like a Vegas road trip,
Right?
because you got a lot of good feedback from when you and I were traveling from Nashville to Atlanta.
Right.
I think that was in December.
Right.
And one of our most requested do-overs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, well, why don't we do Tony's Vegas vacation?
Sure.
And, you know, we could just be honest here. We're amongst friends. Tell the truth. You've had 3 edibles today.
I've had 2.
Well, you're about to have the 3rd one.
Okay. Right. And
How you feeling?
I feel fat. I feel like I've broken my diet. They're probably like 10 calories each. So I feel bloated.
From 3 edibles?
2.
Okay.
Okay. I count my calories is what I do.
Well, I mean, there's probably a calorie thing on there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Does it really matter? Because you weren't asking questions and you were shoveling them in.
Well, it
Seriously, you had a mouthful. It sounded like Efren on a Friday night. I mean, it's going to fit in there. Tony, don't die on me. Matt Coon's not here to do absolutely nothing.
Listen, I do know how I'm going to die. I'm going to die with you somewhere. You're going to make me laugh, and I'm just keel over dead. Or hey, so if we're in Vegas now,
Yeah, we're doing our walkthroughs.
we're doing our walkthroughs.
So you and Silva will sort of work on some of the production planning as far as what the set designs will look like for the different stages, and you'll work on some production notes to get with our staff who's going to be running the cameras and
Right.
you know, all the graphics and things like that. And then we're going to work on some logistics tomorrow, just the way the lines will work and what the breakfast menus look like, the little details.
Okay, that's
things like that.
So it's going to be a good weekend. But here we are tonight doing our podcast. So I'm thinking that if we want to get the full flavor of Vegas, we need to talk to a few ladies.
I can't do that.
Why can't you? We're going to talk to them.
Yeah, but I'm married.
Well, so am I.
But I'm happy.
Well, so am I.
Well,
So, no, look, I just think that, I mean, they don't have to, I'm not talking about ladies of the evening.
well, I mean, that's sort of what you inferred
No,
last
just
week.
ladies. I mean, how about the girls that come by with the cigars, cigarettes, tipperillos?
What is a tipperillo? I thought it was called cigarillo. Cigarillo, but tipperillo.
It was a commercial back in the day.
Tony is fucked up, man. This is bad. This is worse than
I'm not fucked up.
maybe a little.
So, there we don't have to like drive out to the Mustang Ranch or the Chicken Ranch, whatever they call it.
What are you talking about right now? Like, I don't. What are we going to ask them? What they thought about Jim Hurd?
We just need to. We just can't do this whole podcast sit in the boardroom. We got to get out. Let's go to a bar, drink a few Moscow mules, and just sit around and start talking.
Wait a minute. What happened? You took some weed. Now you're JR. Let's go talk to some ladies and get some Moscow mules. That's what you fucking do. What happened? You were going through midlife crisis. If you're wearing a goddamn cowboy hat tomorrow,
I promise you, I would not do that. That's gimmick infringement. So I wouldn't do that.
you have both ears pierced.
So
You look like a little baby girl. I want to kiss on the nape of your neck and tell you that Daddy loves you. Not like in an Efren way, and like in a. You look like a little girl.
thank you.
I mean, is that what you're going for?
No,
Why do you keep playing with your watch? You counting your calories right now?
Yes, yeah, I'm trying to find out how many calories are in a stroke because I'm getting ready to have one.
Tony, I'm gonna need you to steer the ship a little bit here.
Okay.
This was your idea to come do Vegas vacation. Here we are.
So here we are. Mic drop. He's gone. Hi, Tony Schiavone here on my Vegas vacation by myself. The laughter in the back is Dave Silva.
I can have Dave Silva pull up some old wrestling if that's what you'd rather do. If you call it an audible,
No.
if you're too high to just
No,
talk.
I'm not too high. I'm not high. I'm not.
Why do you keep laughing? You can't say it without laughing. I just
Silva
can't.
makes me laugh. He does. He's a funny guy.
I've got you hosting like 3 or 4 shows out here for Starcast. I don't know if that's such a good idea now that I know this is legal, that you can do this legally.
Oh God, no. So anyway, I thought we could go to a bar, sit around, hear the noise of the casino in the background, and we could do all.
I'm going
that.
to tell you that does not make for good audio.
It doesn't.
No.
Did Casio tell you that?
No, there was a podcast that tried something last year.
Really?
And it didn't work.
No. Okay.
I don't want to shit on anybody, but
All right. Well, never mind that then.
I think what they want is they want high quality sound in our ear hole. And by the way, thank you for bailing Bruce and I out.
Yeah,
With the crazy schedule that we had, you were able
Right.
to do a bit of a best of for us. And a lot of that best of was about highlights
Right.
from old episodes where we talked about Triple H. And I asked you if you would introduce every clip, and what I didn't realize until the show was out and everybody was listening to it, me included, that it was basically just you kissing Triple H's ass for an hour and a half.
I don't think that's accurate. I think I promoted my podcast. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I did say something about. I think I said something like, "Why are those motherfuckers making fun of my friend?" That's what I said.
Who are they making fun of?
My friend,
Who's your friend?
Triple H is. He and I are friends.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So I'm not your friend. Triple
No,
H is
yeah,
your
we can
friend.
have more than one friend. Friends have more than one friend.
Don't let Lois believe that. Hey, so
All of her friends are on Facebook. You know that.
where are you? Yeah, so I guess we should talk about sanctity of marriage. You were telling me a little earlier that you had your ears pierced for 3 days before Lois noticed,
Right. Yeah.
and you're worried that she might listen to this podcast. I think you're safe.
I think she won't even look at me much, listen to me, right? Is what?
Yeah.
I got that. But
So-
I don't know. I think they listen. I got my ears pierced years ago, and then I started working for the Braves.
Why did you get your ears pierced to begin with?
I gave myself a 50th birthday present.
So for your 50th birthday, you wanted 2 holes put in your body?
Right.
Efren will do it for your 62nd. I mean, I speak on his behalf. I'm his DDA.
Okay. So then the Braves, when I started working for the Braves, they said, we don't want it in your ears, and I let it go for, I don't know, all that time, and decided, why not do it again?
But what made you come to that
I don't know.
decision?
I was walking through the Mall of Georgia the other day, and I saw this piercing place, and I went, I'll do it again. So they re-put my holes in.
What's the reaction been like,
I've had no reaction,
except from me?
except from you and then Dave Silva.
You think Dave Silva would have had a reaction if I didn't, or did he have a big reaction because I did?
No, I think, yeah, because you did.
Thank you for your reaction, Mr. Green.
What
He's not on mic.
okay. What kind of reaction did you give me the other day, Dave?
I asked you why the hell would you get earrings?
Oh, yeah.
And then you basically told me that story you just told Conrad.
Yeah, okay.
Which is not really a good story.
It's the only fucking one I got.
I did some bad things over the weekend.
Okay, go ahead.
I took Dave Silva to lunch today, and we met an old friend of ours. And then afterwards, I needed to go to the bank, so I had the driver take us to the bank. He had been with me while we went to eat. I just told him to wait. And when I'm at the ATM, lunch had some after effects for me. And I'm by myself. I'm at the ATM. So I let her rip, Tater Chip.
Yeah.
And then I heard something hit the ground. And I got so nervous.
Thought it was an old lady
I
snuck
thought,
up behind you.
boy, I'm about to embarrass myself here.
Right.
because it was like a cartoon fart.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was.
I'm sure.
It was serious. It had some bass in it.
Right.
And when I heard something hit the ground, I thought, "Oh, I'm skin up,"
Right.
because Dave Silva and the driver are right there. They just watched all this, and this ATM probably has a camera on it. So technically, there's video evidence
Right.
of me doing this
Right.
now. And I turned around, and thankfully, there was nothing there. And then I did one of those Rick Rude clinches just to see, and I was safe. And you want to talk about relief? It washed over me like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, because it can hurt people.
Well, it can.
Your farts.
Yeah, you compared my fart once upon a time to a Dusty Rhodes fart.
Right.
I mean, that's a great compliment. When
Well,
you
it
think
should
about
be. It's farts that are noticeable.
Well, he was the American dream. I'm the Alabama dream.
Boy, are you ever.
So, I mean, it makes sense that I would have those. You don't think?
No, I think it makes sense.
So while we're out here because the Cauliflower Alley is having a reunion. Do you need to handle some business?
No,
right
I
now?
don't.
Do you have a whore lined up? No. If you're going to be late to your appointment, we can wrap this up and let you go. Because you were awfully distracted by your phone.
No, I'm not distracted.
You're playing with words with friends? Is it your dealer? What's going on?
Please continue with your anecdote.
I don't have one.
What were you
I was
talking
saying
about?
we're here for Cauliflower Alley.
Okay,
You've never been here
I've
before.
never been here to Cauliflower.
Should I just say everything first and then you repeat it? Because that's what's happened 3 sentences in a row now.
I'm glad we're here for Cauliflower Alley. I've never been. But they've got a dinner on Wednesday night, and
We'll be gone.
we'll be gone.
But you get to see a lot of the guys, hang out
Right.
with them.
Right. A lot of the guys. Like who?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, who's
Jim
going to be?
Ross,
I know Jim Ross is going to be here.
Blue Meanie,
Blue Meanie's going to be here.
Joel
Okay.
Gertner,
Joel Gertner's coming.
and a bunch of old timers. Dave will pull up the list.
Okay.
And we'll run through it.
So are the Blue Meanie and Joel Gertner a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club?
I think everybody who performed in the business is.
Really?
I think you're a member.
I'm a member.
Well, they're
They've
not
never
gonna
come to me and asked for dues or anything like that.
I assure you, when we walk in tomorrow, they're not going to ask for dues either.
Okay.
You're Tony Schiavone. Everybody knows that but you.
Yeah, but the Cauliflower Alley Club is for the old guys.
Motherfucker, you're 62.
But I'm talking about guys who are in their 80s, right?
Well, not a lot of wrestlers make it to 80, so wrestlers
Right.
start needing a little help when they're 62.
Okay.
Not everybody can go start, an award-winning podcast with me. Now, thankfully, 4 or 5 wrestlers can. But after that, I'm out of time, baby.
Yes, you certainly are. So they have this get together, and have you been to one of these Cauliflower
Yes,
Alley
this will be my
things?
third one. And we've got Dory Funk Jr., who's going to be here.
Okay.
Nick Aldis is going to be here.
Nick's kind of young for this, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, he's the NWA World Champion.
I got that.
I'm just saying, there's going to be a lot of folks coming. They're giving away all kinds of awards and stuff, and it should be pretty fun. So you don't know the format at all?
I don't know the format at all. And you've been to one, right?
Yeah, so
David,
they
have you
do
been to one?
like a.
Have you been to one,
No,
Dave?
Dave's never been to anything cool. His wife won't let him.
Okay.
But they're doing like a Hall of Fame of sorts.
Okay,
That's
so-
the big dinner.
Big dinner, Hall of Fame, get together.
Yeah, so that's what we're missing.
Fellowship.
Wednesday night. Fellowship.
Right.
And JR is the host. They wanted the world's best announcer. so
Right.
called
Well, they
JR.
got him. They really did. I can't argue that point.
So let me talk about some of the folks who are going to be here. We
Okay.
got Larry Matizik, who's going in posthumously, and the presenter will be Pat Matizik. And we've also got a Trainer's Award going to Cody Hawk, and the presenter is Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
He's in the news a lot lately.
Right.
Mike Rogers is going in for the Historian Award, and the presenter is Scott Teal, who you've probably seen around doing some books and whatnot. We've also got the Lifetime Achievement Award. Tony Viano is going in. J.J. Dillon is inducting him.
Okay.
The Men's Wrestling Award is going to Andrew Anderson. The Promoter Award is going to Jeff Walton. The Referees Award is Scrappy McGowan.
Oh.
That's a name from the past.
I know Scrappy very well.
Bambi is going in for the women. The Men's Wrestling Award is Nick Kozak. The Tag Team Award is Haku and Barbarian, and the presenter is Brodus Clay. So
Wow.
that'll be kind of fun.
That'll be cool.
The Iron Mike Award is Mark Henry, and they haven't announced the presenter there yet. And the Luthez Award is Dory Funk Jr., and the Men's Wrestling Award is David Schultz.
Oh, Dr. D's going to be there.
So Mark Henry, Dory Funk, Haku, Barbarian, David Schultz, Bambi, Scrappy McGowan. You know a lot of these dudes.
Yeah, I do know a lot of the
And
dudes.
of course, J.J. Dillon and
Right,
Dean
yeah.
Ambrose.
Right.
and
But
JR.
there are no WWE guys there?
They participate sometimes, not all the time. I presume that the archivist Ben Brown will be here. He's been to several of these.
Right. So
he'll probably be
Yeah.
here.
I didn't know if Vince allowed these guys to do other things or not, so I'll just
No,
check.
yeah, he absolutely does.
Okay.
The most recent time I was here, Michael Hayes went in.
Michael Hayes.
And the time before that.
Michael Hayes has been inducted into the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Jerry Briscoe went in. Larry the Axe went in.
Right.
I've seen a lot of big names go in. It's been fun.
When Michael went up to accept his award, what was he like, wearing pink or baby blue or one of those?
You know
dumbass
what he
hats?
was wearing,
Yeah,
of
okay.
course.
Yeah.
And he told the same story about being in a bar and
Yeah.
somebody shooting at him and
Right.
Terry Gordy laughing
Right.
because they missed.
Right.
Ha ha ha. Same story every time.
Yeah, same story. So, can I talk about Michael for a second here?
Sure.
Now that he's in the Cauliflower Alley Club. Whew. Why he was in the 80s, 90s, cool motherfucking Freebird. Mm-hmm. And now he's anything but cool. Why did he did he go that extreme? Now, you're his friend, you know. And why did Michael Hayes go from one extreme to the other? I know we age and we change, and some people get their earrings in at an advanced age, but why did Michael start wearing this real goofy shit?
I think Michael always wore real goofy shit. You've got to go back and look at pictures. There's a lot of pictures of him in nightclubs where he's in like a denim vest and no shirt and jeans and sunglasses at night and just, typical Freebird shit.
Right. So yeah. So what you're saying is he's always
tried to draw attention to himself with his attire.
Okay.
And that hasn't changed.
Right. So
And he hasn't changed. I think that's part of the charm of Michael Hayes is, to him, it's still 1985.
right. Yes, it is.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
And what was cool in 1985 is what's cool now.
Right.
And that's it.
And thus the fanny pack.
The fanny pack.
Right.
And, he lives his life like it's 1985. And I think that's pretty charming.
Charming is not a word I would use, but I'll go with that. That's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, it's one of the things that makes him different. That's what I mean. Like, you know what you get with Michael.
Right.
And you know exactly when to answer his call, when not to, and what he wants to talk about based on the time of day.
Well, it was great reconnecting with him too.
Has he called you to sing at night lately?
No, he has not. He's called
That's
me one
what-
time and I missed the call.
That's my favorite, when he calls to sing.
Really?
Yeah.
Like some old rock and roll song or
He'll just
lullabies?
he'll hear a song and it'll hit him and he wants to call and talk about it, and then he wants to let me hear how he could sing it better.
Wow. What a guy. Fuck. What an eclectic group of fuckwads you've aligned yourself with.
You're sitting here in a coat and tie at Caesars on a Sunday night
Okay.
with two pierced ears,
Right.
an aqua phone case.
Okay.
Did you see this? It's a girl's phone case.
What? This is not a girl's phone
Dude,
case.
that is a fucking sophomore in high school girl's phone case.
But it's unique.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. You showed up here with two earrings.
Okay.
And an aqua velva phone case.
No, everything's no.
Read your text messages.
No, it's from my wife and my daughter.
Is everybody okay?
Apparently so.
Okay, well, then why are we still talking?
No.
All right, well, drive, Tony.
So I just why don't we get in a car and drive around?
Okay, that's what you want.
We'll pull up to a stoplight. Dave, you roll the window down.
Why are you using your hand? It's not a manual. We're not getting a car that's got a manual. What are you doing?
Listen, I'll do this. Dave, we'll go up to the light, and you'll go, okay. And I'll say, hey, Tony Schiavone, Conrad Thompson. What happened when? And we'll stick the mic out and see what they have to say.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Really.
Okay. Oh.
So, what do you want to do while you're out here?
Okay. While I'm out here, I'd like to. They have Broadway shows out here.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is kind of like this is like Monty Python's cheese shop routine, right? Everything asked for, he goes, nope. Do you think we can see the Avengers movie out here?
Nope. No, here's the deal. I've got to do grown-up work. If you and Dave want to go watch a silly cartoon movie, then y'all can do that while I go do real work. I'll give y'all $100. That'll at least get you a ticket and a popcorn.
No. Look, I need money for Milk Duds, too.
Oh, you're not going with Medusa, are you? By the way, did you see Medusa over the weekend at the NWA pay-per-view?
I saw a photograph, yes.
And what'd you think?
I think she looks wonderful. Is she still married to that guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Tell everybody what you asked Dave and I. You said, I wonder if...
Oh, no, you didn't get me to talk about that.
Wait, what was it? I wonder if... Just finish the sentence, Tony.
You're not worth a fuck. You're not worth a fuck. Anybody ever told you?
I wonder if she still has... Go ahead, finish the story.
Yeah. Do your parents know they raised a fuck? Because that's what you are.
Boy, that's mean.
Do they know that?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, what else? We want to be here tomorrow with you. I mean, we want to be. I mean, we're your guys.
Well, I know that, but when you were in my room earlier, we had a nice conversation. We were talking about your pierced ears and your Jordan Airs.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you stand up and you look out the window and you become fixated on something you see. Do you want to tell everybody what it was?
Yeah, it's the picture of Marie Osmond, who I've been in love with for years, and it just stopped me in my tracks.
You were mid-sentence and you shut up like you just
Right.
like got struck by lightning.
Yeah, right. Because apparently Donnie and Marie are appearing here on a regular basis in Vegas, and I was like, oh God, that's what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I want to go see Marie Osmond while I'm here. And I don't mean just go watch her stage show. I want to go say hi to her, Tony Schiavone. Yeah, it's Donnie. You came to one of our WCW shows he did years ago with the family, and Marie, you didn't
and
make
you think he would want you backstage to remind him of that time he went to wrestling? And then you say, I was there, like a fucking Mickey Mark.
No, I would say, I was there. Do you have any extra pairs of Marie's panties?
You're going to ask the man for his sister's panties.
Oh, well, no. It's a joke. No. But I was, yeah, I mean, I love Marie Osmond. And she even looks better now, doesn't she? In those
I don't know what she looks like
Neutrogena
back
commercials,
then.
whatever
I was
it is.
born in 81.
Nutrisystem commercials.
How do you even know that?
A lot of daytime TV watched in my house. I'm married to a senior citizen, Conrad.
Well, you know what senior citizens really like?
What?
Dairy Queen. I've got a theory. Tell me if you've heard this.
I have.
So I guess we should share the story.
Okay.
You and I were in Atlanta this past week.
Right.
And I let you know when I was landing. I said, oh, hey, I forgot to tell you, I'm in Atlanta. I'm going over to DDP's if you want to meet and hang out and fellowship.
Right.
And he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm shooting a promo with Rick. So I haven't even told you this, but Rick's in the throne, and they've got the crane camera on him and a little side camera. So he's got to be still. They're filming a shot. But Tony doesn't know that. So Tony comes in and says, God damn, is it Senior Citizens Day here at DUPY? And it was awkward silence.
It was.
And then Rick says, well, I hope so, since I'm here, sort of sheepishly. And then it wasn't until they were done recording and all the lights are off and the camera stopped that he's able to stand up and focus his eyes when Tony starts to approach him. And he says, oh, that was you? Oh, you motherfucker. Fucking senior citizen. You're almost my age.
I thought he was going to come out of that throne after me.
Well, when it was so awkwardly silent, I was like, he doesn't know that's Tony.
Right.
And he's just not sure what to say.
Right.
So he's just trying to navigate, like, what? I'm out here helping a buddy out. What the fuck?
Oh, God. Well, listen.
And then he stood up.
Right.
And he said, Schiavone, what are you going to talk about on your podcast when I die? And you said, oh, Rick, you'll live forever. And he said, well, I hope so, but if I die, you run out of material. And you said, nope, then I can tell the real stories. That's what happened. And then Rick said, oh, well, here's a real story for you then, Conrad. Ask him about that massage parlor in
What are you
Wyoming.
talking about here? What?
Those two ladies were as old as me.
What did he say to you?
Not
What was he
then,
talking
they're
about?
as old as me now.
I don't think he was talking to you, was he?
Ask him about that on the
No,
podcast.
I didn't think he was. Well. Anyway, so back to StarCast. And so tomorrow we're going to hang out with you.
I didn't even get to the story.
Tomorrow we're going to hang out with you, and then we're going to go see Marie Osmond.
I get that, but you talked about you married an elderly.
Right, I did, senior citizen.
So when we leave DDP's, we're at like a red light, and we're stopped behind a diesel BMW, which is pretty rare in Georgia.
Right.
There's not a ton of diesels
You popped when you saw that.
running around the South. There are some in the Northeast, very popular overseas, but it's not really heavily populated in the South. It's pretty rare to see one. So I pointed it out to you, and I was trying to describe it, and then you were like, I have that Z3, remember? Because I was talking like you didn't know Jack did about BMWs, and then I forgot. And I said, dude, why don't you drive that? And you said, oh, I don't know. It's just covered up, parked on the side of my house. I've just been driving this SUV every day. And I said, dude, you got to like crank the car and drive it around the block or things are going to happen. You're like, oh, I know. I said, and then I said, I thought you'd use that as like a special occasion car. And you said, what would the occasion be? I said, I don't know. Maybe you want to, this time of year in the spring or the fall, maybe on a summer night, drop the top and take Lois around. And you said, where the fuck would I go with Lois? That was the real question. And I said, I don't know. And he's like, she don't want to leave the house. She wants to stay with the dogs. I said, no, I get that, but you should just take her somewhere she'd enjoy. And he's like, well, where would that be? I said, take her to Dairy Queen. And he said, Dairy Queen? And I said, yeah, man, all chicks love Dairy Queen. And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, I've never met an old lady that doesn't like Dairy Queen. And he's like, that's ridiculous. And I said, well, let me ask you this. Does Lois like Dairy Queen? And he said, well, you damn right she does. Of course she does. I said, well, go get that bitch a dilly bar. And when I said get that bitch a dilly bar, he about wrecked the car.
Yeah, I did. Right in Atlanta traffic.
He said, you've got to stop. I'm going to pass out while we're driving. It's going to be bad.
Because I have passed out while driving before, and so I didn't want to do that. I mean,
coming soon.
right.
Get that bitch a dilly bar.
It's going to be a shirt.
It will be.
At LoisRules.com. And then I'll get that bitch a dilly bar.
Well, maybe if you,
Sorry.
if you wouldn't fuck with your phone, that wouldn't happen. Which one of us has been broadcasting 30 years?
Sorry.
40.
I'm sorry, Siri.
It's all good.
Thank you.
Ask her her favorite Evan Courageous match. Do it. Just see what happens. Come on, let's see what happens.
Okay. I will. Because if she says one when he was in 3 count, then I'm going to fucking die. Okay, so we go to Siri.
All right, everybody. Tony's phone password is 9101.
Hey, Siri. What was your favorite Evan Courageous match? What was your favorite Evan Courageous match?
My name is Siri, and I was designed by Apple in California. That's all I'm prepared to say.
Even that bitch is pleading the fifth. Nobody will acknowledge.
So you actually do like him?
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand.
I know you. You like Evan Courageous, right?
See what she knows about Klondike Bill.
I'm not sure I understand.
Tell me about Klondike Bill.
Here is what I found.
William Solowico, better known by his ring name of Klondike Bill.
Well, you read it. Come on.
Well, I'm not going to read Klondike Bill's Wikipedia page.
Do it.
No, I'm not.
Make it entertaining, you slow fuck. What's wrong with you?
I'm not a slow fuck. He talks about championship as accomplishment, death, career.
What are we doing right now?
Death.
Dave. Tony's fucked up, man.
Okay. No. Mm-hmm. Two.
I promise that there were no Moscow mules involved with this.
Okay. That's it.
Well, you didn't read anything. You know this is an audio show?
I did. Okay, I didn't read it. I didn't read it to you.
You read it to yourself.
I read it to myself. Right.
What's happening right now?
Okay.
Do you know that we can hear you?
Right. What are you looking at, Silva?
He's probably trying to dial 911. We gotta stretch or Pawpaw Simpson out of here.
Well, I think we need to go somewhere instead of just stay around here at the hallowed halls of Caesar's palace.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Have you bought dinner yet? Have you bought dinner yet?
Do you see what I deal with here? Yes, we ate before you got here.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, you couldn't have eaten it anyway. You're on your calorie counter. You already had 3 weed pills.
2. I don't know what else we're going to talk about. This is all my trip is going to be, is hanging around the boardroom in Caesars. I'm really going to be pissed. I need to see Marie Osmond. Listen, you got connections everywhere. You got connections everywhere. I need to see Marie Osmond.
So now it's my obligation to keep
Yes.
you to meet
Yes.
Marie. What do I get if you get to meet Marie?
You'll get my undying support.
Can Dave Silva give you another piercing if you meet her? I get to pick where.
All right, I'm gonna as soon as these holes clear up, I'm going to take them out.
No. Why?
Because I don't need to hear your shit every week.
You're going to hear that with or without them earrings.
That's right, earrings are not.
Those earrings did not, speed this up at all for me.
Can I say something about Taz?
All right. Okay, I'll wait to see where this goes.
Okay. Is Taz coming to StarCast 2?
Yep.
Who booked that?
That'd be me.
So you have talked to him.
Yep.
How did that go?
It got worse before it got better.
Okay.
But I think we're in a good place now. I mean, I thought we were, but then he put out a tweet saying that he was going to bust me up real bad.
Yeah.
And that after Memorial Day, I would have to change my Twitter handle to, hey, I got my ass choked out by Taz.
Really? He said that?
Yes.
Okay.
And I said that he wasn't going to choke me.
Right.
And he said, how do you know? And I said, well, as long as I'm not seated, how would you? And he didn't like that at all.
Bet he didn't.
Yeah. So I probably am going to get dumped on my head. But if he's going to T-bone Tazplex me, he better pack a lunch.
Yeah. I'd call that match.
No, you wouldn't. You don't call wrestling anymore. That's what Court Bauer told me.
Wow. You really swinging below the belt today.
How?
You just are, isn't it? Yes. You know what?
When was the last time you called an MLW show?
December, I guess.
None this year.
None this year, no. And I won't be doing any this year at all.
What?
No.
What if they move the taping days?
They're not going to move their taping days. They gave me a whole schedule for the month of the year.
So right now, unless something changes, you're not going to call a wrestling match in 2019?
No, I won't. Not at all. But, time goes by quickly. It does. It'll be 2020 before you know it, and who knows?
Why didn't you call the Crockett Cup this weekend?
I wasn't asked to. They didn't call me. They didn't get in touch with me. Who called it? Their regular guy called it?
Yeah, Ian Riccaboni from Ring of Honor.
Oh, Ian did?
Jim Cornette.
Cornette?
And who was the third person, Dave? All right, Dave's not going to answer.
It's their NWA guy, the guy we worked with, I think. He's a good kid. And I can't even remember.
And Caprice Coleman was the interviewer.
Okay, I don't know him.
You should. He's a very talented performer.
Is he really? Good guy?
So the main event was a bloody world championship bout between Nick Aldis and Marty Scurll.
Okay, we saw Marty at the Ring of Honor show.
And Aldis was there. He was doing commentary on the NWA match, or the Ring of Honor world title match, sorry.
Right.
Anyway.
Nick's pretty cool.
You're a big fan of him?
Yeah, I really am.
Do you know who his wife is?
Yes, it's Mickey J.
You got it.
Right. I had to think about
Mickey
that.
James. You called her Mickey J, but I knew what you meant.
Mickey
Those are
James,
different people
right.
for sure.
Yeah, Mickey J's the referee.
Yeah.
Mickey James. That's his wife. But he looks good. I mean, he's good. He's strong. Got a good look to him. I think he.
Mickey J? We're glad to hear he got on DDP yoga. Drop those LBs.
Okay, Mickey James. I mean, Nick Aldis.
Are you all right? So Mickey James is a built-up man? We're off the rails here, Dave. This was a bad idea, maybe.
Dave is not paying attention to us. He's on Facebook.
Just like Lois would be.
Okay, what's his name? What's her?
So, Nick Aldis, Marty Skrull.
What's the announcer's name?
Oh, yeah, Joe Galley.
Joe Galley, yeah. Sorry, I didn't remember your name, Joe, if you're listening.
So, chat me up here.
All right.
What do you think? Nick Aldis retained. Should they have given Marty a look, or is Nick the right guy?
I think Nick's the right guy. He looks, he has that champion look, big, strong, powerful. And I saw, I really did not see the first match with he and Cody at All In, but I saw it.
Have you seen All In?
No.
Can we watch it in my room this week?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do next
That's
week
our
here
next
on the
podcast.
show. We're going to watch All In.
Right.
I'm glad we had this talk.
Is it available to everybody?
Yeah, if they get Honor Club. It's not on WWE Network yet.
Okay. But it's not free out there that I don't want. Okay.
People can find it.
Okay.
We have resourceful listeners.
Okay. Resourceful. So we'll do.
We can make it a bonus episode just to ECW if you'd rather.
No.
I'll tell Cody you didn't want to watch the show.
No, son of a bitch. Anyway, I was saying that Nick Aldis looks good. He's strong. He has the look of a pro wrestler.
I'm not arguing that. So, they did the Crockett Cup.
Yeah, right. And the Crockett Cup was also named the NWA Tag Team Champs.
The
right?
winner of the Crockett Cup also became the new NWA World Champion. So they brought back what looked like the old Malkovich or whatever you say that guy's name is.
I don't know.
The guy who made the belts back in the day.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, they made a mold of those. I don't know. I refer to them as like the Rock and Roll Express tags.
Right.
And they had like the 7-plate design.
Right.
And like one of them said like Arabia, one of the side plates.
Right.
So anyway, PCO and Brody King are your NWA tag champs. Your thoughts?
We saw them at Ring of Honor. I know Brody because he's worked in MLW before, and I've obviously worked with both of them, actually. I don't know. Why not, right? You can always take it off of them.
We also saw the return of Nikita Koloff.
Nikita.
Does that make you think of a song or a saying or something like that?
Nikita on my Peter, knock it off.
No, there's not Nikita on my Peter. There's a Skeeter on Nikita. What's wrong with you? You're in a bad way. This might be our best episode ever. Stop chewing your edible and swallow it. You're going to hurt yourself. It's legal. You're okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine.
You're gonna make it. So here's the best part of the whole deal.
There's the best part.
Nikita gets in the ring. Still a pretty big dude. Caprice Coleman's interviewing him. He starts talking a little bit, and then Caprice says, "What happened to your accent?" It was planned, of course. But Nikita had a great answer. He said, "I've lived in America 35 years." What a great line. Anyway, they reunited him with Magnum TA for the first time in nearly 20 years. That was good. Magnum's a hell of a promo still.
Sure is.
And, we also crowned a new women's champion. They had Medusa present the belt, but Jazz had to forfeit it. Right. She couldn't defend it for personal reasons, it was said. So they had Sienna beat Santana Garrett. And I think you know one of those.
Yes. Santana wrestled in MLW for a little bit, and then Court decided that they're going to hold off a little bit, I guess, on the women's division. But the women's division, and I got to credit the WWE for this, the women's division is really better than it's ever been. And I'm talking about on an independent level, too.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that. The other title change on the show was Colt Cabana, friend of the show, beat Willie Mack to become the national champion.
Colt's been around a long time too, hasn't he?
Yeah, Colt's a veteran.
Yeah. Why is he called the father of wrestling podcasts?
Because he was probably the first guy to do it in a big way. I think a lot of people say he was the first. I don't know if that's factually correct. I know Shane Helms and a few others say they were doing, real audio and things like that before. But when podcasting became a thing, Colt was really the first guy to do it and do it in a big way.
Okay.
The name of the show was Art of Wrestling, and it did real, real well. And then everybody followed suit. Probably most famously Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then JR, and then Chris Jericho and everybody over at Podcast One, and they were off to the races.
Right. Very cool. So anyway, he won his match. He's a national heavyweight champion now.
Yep.
Okay. Let me ask you this: does the NWA have a television deal, or they just do pay-per-views like this or whatever?
They did the NWA 70th in October.
I was on that.
And now they did this one. So they've had 2 shows.
And they're pay-per-view like.
Yes, they're on Fight. They're pay-per-view. Now they do a web series every week.
Right.
And Lagana does a great job putting that together. He's Billy's partner and all that.
Right.
And yeah, that's it. I mean, they've done some pop-up shows here and there, but it wouldn't be. It's like a house show, sort of. There's no television. Is that where you're headed?
Well, I was thinking old school, and I shouldn't think that way anymore. Usually to be able to run a successful wrestling promotion, you have to be on a network or a cable station, and you don't have to do that anymore. I don't think.
No, you definitely don't. I mean, All In was sold out on the strength of YouTube,
Right.
And AEW, a similar deal. They sold out Las Vegas here, the MGM Grand, in like 4 minutes,
Right.
and no TV deal in place, never even ran a show.
Right.
Oh, by the way, have you seen the All In banner on the side of MGM?
No, I have not.
Yeah, we'll go check it out tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, it's up there, and in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a StarCast logo, which might be one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, fucking ching. So what I was asking, and I'm thinking about how the business has changed. Okay. Now again, you do not have to have a regular weekly episodic TV show to be able to make money off TV, because just about anybody can do a pay-per-view now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they really can. It's not as difficult as it used to be. You used to have B&. Coots with the cable system, but it's not like that anymore. I mean, thank God for YouTube and Steve Kaufman.
Yeah, shout out to everybody listening on YouTube. If you haven't already, I want you to know that you can subscribe for free anywhere that you enjoy podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts or Google Play. The show is always available at WHWMonday.com. And we would love to have your subscription. Hit that subscribe button, leave us a 5-star review, tell a friend. If you got multiple devices, subscribe on all those too. Every download counts. But there's a lot of people who only listen to us on YouTube.
Right.
Which still just baffles me a little bit. But I guess everybody just consumes things differently. Like you and I eat donuts with our hand. Dave earlier today was eating one with a knife and fork.
Right. Why? Is that a Harlingen, Texas thing?
No, it's a weird thing.
Okay.
I took him to a drive-through in Huntsville, Alabama, and he asked me to ask if they had, I believe what he said was barbacoa. And it almost sounded like he was a Howard Stern fan going Baba Booey, but it was barbacoa. And I was like, what the fuck? What is that? And he said, oh, it's cow cheek.
That's it.
And I'm like, wait a minute, hang on. Bro, we're at a fucking drive-through. You think they got cow cheek in this drive-through? They ain't got that.
You asked for cow cheek
and he's like, well, it's a Mexican place. It's a Mexican place. I was like, no. In Huntsville, bro, it's do you want crunchy or soft? All right. That's where we are. What kind of meat? Crunchy or soft? Drive to the next window. That's it. We're overthinking this fucking cow cheek shit.
Where's this story going?
Well, what I'm saying.
Okay.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm serious. Where were you going with this?
I was making a comparison.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Well, that's it. I made it.
Okay. We were talking something wrestling based, That's what
No,
we're
what we're talking about is you don't have to have
Yes, you don't have
television anymore.
Right, you don't have to
now
have television.
You can do YouTube and,
Right.
you know, I consume breakfast differently than Dave Silva. And that was how we got there.
Okay.
I said,
Right. Okay.
people consume our show on YouTube, which is still weird to me.
Yeah.
But I get it. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We really do. And we appreciate our buddy, Brett the Hitman Hartman, and his team at Atlas Van Lines, longtime sponsor of What Happened When. They're hiring nationwide. Team drivers, solo drivers. If you own multiple trucks, come one, come all. Up to 2,200, 4,000 miles per week. If you're willing to keep moving, they've got the work to keep you moving. And here's the kicker. This is what has piqued our interest, and it's got everybody talking here, Conrad. And that is, you can make between $143,000 to $197,000 average per year, your first year. And that's depending on which of 3 division you drive for. You can make this per year. Home time can be 7 to 10 days, depending on your routes. All your tolls are paid. You have the optional maintenance program to boot. If you're an owner-operator, give them a call today. That's our buddies at Atlas Van Lines. Whether you're new to the industry or ready to ride off into the sunset, go new places with Atlas. To speak to a recruiter, you ready? Write this down. Here we go. 877-778-6959. That's 877-778-6959. Or for more information, check them out at their Facebook page, facebook.com/driveatlas. That's facebook.com/driveatlas. Or visit www.drive4atlas.com. That's drive4atlas.com/wrestle. And Brett and the guys will hook you up, and you can be on your way to a great career and a great salary to boot.
And we're real popular with those elderly ladies because of our friends over at Dairy Queen. Tell everybody about the all-new Dilly Bar.
Well, you can get one for yourself and just bring your old bitch by.
What are you staring at, man? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I like it when we talk about the wrestling business, though. I do. I like that.
Well, I would love to talk about it with you.
I mean,
I had an interesting week last week.
okay. It's got to be good. This has to do with you. This has to do with you being in talent relations
So I
for Conrad Thompson Inc. Go ahead.
announced a lot of new talent on Monday.
Yeah.
On the StarCast, like Medusa and Roadway Animal.
Right.
And then I got like Haku and the Gorillas of Destiny.
Right.
And then on Tuesday, we announced Taz coming. And Taz is, this is a very rare appearance. WrestleCon was just in New York,
Right.
a couple blocks from him, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, he's kind of been like.
He does nothing like this.
Yeah. Right.
But somehow, some way, all of a sudden, it worked out. So he's coming. Okay. So we announced it on Tuesday with a really awesome video, and it blew up for me, and I was really excited about that. But then Tuesday, the hammer got lowered.
Right.
Justin from Sports Illustrated wrote a story saying that Undertaker and Kurt Angle were no longer a part of StarCast.
Yeah.
They've been pulled by WWE. And
Right.
I gave Justin all the details, so he had all the screenshots and contracts and wire confirmations and emails, so he knew the full story.
Right.
And
Anything you'd like to add to that story here on what happened when?
I think he got it. Was there something else?
No, I'll take that as a no. I thought we'd get a scoop here. We're not a news show, but it was a big news item this week in pro wrestling.
I was offered a suitable replacement for The Undertaker.
Uh-huh.
And I said, okay, well, what is a suitable replacement for The Undertaker? And they said, who do you want? And I said, Vince.
Right.
Because, what else is there besides Undertaker? And I knew they'd say no to that, so I said Hunter or Stephanie. And obviously they're not coming out and doing the meet and greet for a payday like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'll donate their fee to Connor's Cure, and I'll match it. It'd be a huge donation. If WWE matches it too, it might be $250,000 or something insane.
Okay.
Well, that didn't happen. So then they said, what about Ric Flair, Sting, and Eric Bischoff? And I said, well, I already got them. And so
They're still offering Eric Bischoff? They can do that?
I mean, they could offer you if they want.
Oh, no.
They'll just call you and make a deal after.
I get that.
Hey, we need you to do this.
I get that, but it almost sounds like they're representing Eric, but they're not.
No, but they would just say, hey, we need you to do this booking. And
Okay.
that's the way those calls work. You would know if you weren't Triple H every time. See, here's the deal.
No,
it's been so long since you dated, you don't know this.
No.
But you're like the desperate woman right now.
No, I'm not.
You're piercing your ears for him.
No.
You're holding your pinkies
Get
out.
back to the story.
I was in the middle of the story.
No, you're off on a right turn somewhere. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
So then they called back and offered the Undertaker, not the Undertaker, but Sting
Yeah.
and the APA.
Yeah.
I've already got Ron Simmons and I don't want John. So, and they said, okay, well, who do you want? And I said, I want Shawn Michaels back.
Yeah.
Because I had Shawn originally, and my idea was my main event on Friday was going to be have Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon watch their match from WrestleMania 10, do alternate commentary on
The
it,
ladder match?
and then do a Q&A. And then for a photo op, the Intercontinental title and a ladder and the two guys.
Oh.
That's cool.
Oh,
And Shawn liked the idea so much, he asked for more money
okay.
to do it with me and not WWE, and I agreed. So, but then he pulled out when he realized it was AEW.
All right.
So he's not coming now.
Okay.
But he liked the idea so much, I guess he told WWE, and they did it on WWE's YouTube. So, yeah, that happened. No big deal. But then I asked for Shawn as a replacement, and I was told to hold on.
Okay.
And crickets. So I felt like as I was getting closer, I need to just go ahead and announce the Undertaker's not coming. Like, I was promised a suitable replacement. I even talked to his management in the meantime. They're like, hey, he wants to do it. You know, we just got to figure out how. And so I was like, hey, if I need to book them through the office or go through the proper channels, I'm happy to. I didn't realize I didn't do that the first time.
Right.
All these guys had their, for bookings, email, and all their bios. So I thought,
Why are they out
this
there?
is what they want.
Right.
But it was different, clearly, because of the proximity for myself and the event of AEW. They know that I'm friends with Cody. They know that I'm friends with Tony. And I guess they're assuming that I work for AEW.
Well, those of us who know you know that you don't, but your closeness with Cody and the fact that you've had to, I sound like a lawyer here, the fact that you've had a couple of StarCasts combined with their event, doesn't that make a lot of people get that impression that you do work for them? Which
I get that, and I understand why an outsider would think that, counselor. But let me ask you this. Is WrestleCon associated with WWE?
No.
But, I mean, they only run in whenever there's a WrestleMania
Right.
in close proximity.
Right.
Use a lot of their talent.
Right.
Why wouldn't we think that he does?
So anyway, so I'm not.
No, I understand,
saying
but
you can understand where they're coming.
I do, and I also understand that in wrestling, people just sort of say what they want to say.
Right.
So, like over the weekend, someone found an article and tweeted it out saying that Hurricane had pulled out of his booking at StarCast. But when you click on it, it was Hurricane saying that he wrestled at WrestleCon and was thankful to WWE for letting him wrestle at WrestleCon because he got to be in the ring with Jushin Thunder Liger, which is kind of cool.
Right.
And anyway, a comment was made. I was really looking forward to seeing you at the meet and greet. And he admitted that he pulled out of the meet and greet because he had WWE duties. But someone took him talking about WrestleCon and applied it to StarCast.
Oh.
And then they said, oh, he's not going to make the StarCast appearance despite being advertised, which is not true. He's still going to be here.
Wow. Somebody on social media, huh?
So on Wednesday, I decided, hey, I need something to come back with.
Right.
Pretty big after losing The Undertaker and Kurt Angle. So I got Kobashi. And I'd had him for a little while, but I waited to announce him until I knew I needed him.
Right.
And I'd been chasing him probably longer than anybody. I probably started working on that deal in January, and I just got it done.
Wow.
And sometime in April.
Right.
But anyway, we announced him, and the internet lost their collective mind.
Right.
Because I don't know that Kobashi's on your radar, but
No, he's not.
he was Wrestler of the Year in The Observer. He was Performer of the Year in The Observer, many times.
Which means Dave jacked off to a lot of his matches.
Well, he gave him 23 5 stars.
Well, then he did.
I think that's
23
tied.
ejaculations.
That's second place all time. Really, one of the most influential performers in the history of Japan.
I get it.
And I mean,
And I would think that he hasn't made many personal appearances.
I don't think he's ever made one in the States. He was here in 2005 and wrestled Samoa Joe. And I think that was the last time that he was here.
Right.
But absolutely no appearances then.
Huh.
No meet and greets.
Right.
Just the match, and that was it.
Right.
So it's a pretty big deal that he's even in the United States. I don't think meet and greets are really even a business in Japan. That's not really a thing.
No.
So it's a big deal for him to do that.
Good.
And then later in the day, we announced the Bret Hart Tom McGee match with one of the coolest videos we've ever done.
The fact that you have found that
It's a big
is
deal.
a big story in itself.
But we also found him.
Right.
So Tom McGee himself is going to be on stage talking about that match with Bret. It's going to be something special. I'm pretty excited about it.
Makes you want to break out into a song.
Does it? And what kind of song is that?
Me and Tom McGee.
Do you have a song?
No, I just thought that was a...
I think you need to
Okay.
make one, put it on Patreon.
No, I don't think I do. So here's my question to follow up on the story that hit Sports Illustrated with our good buddy Justin. Since that story hit, have you heard anything from anybody?
From WWE?
Right.
I got a phone call on Saturday, but it wasn't negative.
Okay.
It was just different.
Okay. All right. Well, I just thought maybe they would say, you know.
I got some attention. I'll say that.
Okay, good.
And
okay.
You know, it's whatever.
Well, I mean, they say, okay, whatever.
Told the truth.
That's always a good practice in wrestling.
It's unique.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because there's a lot of lying, conniving son of a bitches out there.
That's true.
And many were in wrestling.
So then we had a conversation Thursday night or Friday? Yeah, Thursday night.
Oh, there's more to the story.
With Terry Funk.
Well, yeah.
I had booked everybody's airfare except for his.
Right.
And I did that because I just felt like it was the wrong time to call. You know, like after just losing Vicky just when's the appropriate amount of time to call and be like, hey, do you still want to do this? And,
right.
And even if the answer is yes, how do you go to? Well, tell me what day you want to come in and you can leave in the morning. That's such a silly conversation to have when he's going through 40, 50, whatever your marriage. He says it's too soon, so he's not going to be a StarCast, which is disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
But, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
How can anybody be mad, right?
Right. So that's probably down the road.
Yeah, maybe if I'm ever dumb enough to do a third one.
I thought I'd get it out of him. Man, I took that long road around.
Well, I'm not committing to do one. This one's been way more stressful than Chicago.
Well, yeah. The ballroom is this bigger than the hotel in Chicago.
The ballroom's 50,000 square feet.
We started walking, and Dave and I, we're trying to keep up with you. And I told Dave, if you're waiting on Conrad, you're backing up, because Conrad will say in the car as he's driving to lunch, "Hey, let's go to lunch." I said, "I thought you were in the next room. Remember that?" No, he was driving out. So anyway.
I know people think fat dudes are slow. That's not always the case.
No, I was just saying how big this was and how we walked in the front. We went through the front lobby, went through a casino, seemingly another casino, and up these. It's a vast place.
It's a huge property.
It's a huge property,
and it's very opulent.
Yes,
I think it's the nicest venue that a wrestling convention's probably ever been held in.
Right. Has there ever been a wrestling convention at Caesar's Palace?
No, but there was a WrestleMania here, WrestleMania 9, and I was told that, I don't know if this is true, but I was told by multiple sources that where you and I are sitting right now is the general area where they had the ring and the setup for WrestleMania 9. They've added on to the building since then, and they've added the Sky Conference Center. So where we are right now is technically where WrestleMania 9 was. So in there, in the Octavius Ballroom, that was 50,000 square feet.
Right.
Once upon a time, The Undertaker
Right.
Elegante, Yokozuna, all the greats.
All the greats. Yeah.
When I first walked in that space, I was meeting with a lady from Caesars, but by the
How
way,
does she look? Was she good looking?
I'll introduce you tomorrow.
Okay, good.
This is worth mentioning. The rent on this place cost more than my first house.
Well,
how about that?
damn.
That's before I pay the union labor or any production costs,
Yeah.
or buy any flights, or pay for a hotel room.
Right.
Whew, son.
But this was also a place we had a Clash of the Champions.
And you had a Nitro.
Right.
So you had a Clash here and then a Nitro the very next night.
Right.
And a WrestleMania. So, I mean, there's been some cool stuff that happened here on both sides. But whenever I think of Vegas and WCW, I think of MGM Grand, Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, yeah. And that's where Double or Nothing's going to be. And I think about introducing Kiss and Kiss making the appearance there. We had a lot of fun.
So Kiss was here in Vegas?
Yeah, they were. This is where we introed the Demon, the Demon character at MGM Grand. And
At a pay-per-view?
At a pay-per-view.
Okay.
And so Doug Dillinger tried to throw Ace Frehley out of the backstage area. And Ace was like, who is this fucker? And I'm thinking, Doug, that's Ace Frehley. I know he is. Doug said, I don't know who he is. And I'm thinking, well, I guess he got to paint his fucking face. But so they came
Wait,
out.
does he paint himself with a cat or a star?
He was the star man. No,
Okay.
He was either one. He was the space guy, right, Dave? You can speak up here, son. Okay.
He's thinking about cow cheeks.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. So you want to go to the Bunny Ranch and he wants to find a different kind of cheeks. Well, I don't know. The pictures you were showing me today, look at this girl, look at this girl. Maybe that qualifies.
So anyway, we were. I was thinking about when I think about MGM Grand, I think about Kiss, and I think about the fact they all came out to do a walkthrough, right, without their paint.
Of course.
Of course, but
It wigged you out a little.
yeah, it did. It didn't look like the Kiss from the '80s that took their paint off. Okay. Because I remember saying, I don't know who I said it to. I think I said it to Glacier. I'm not sure. Because I remember Ray and I standing there together. We're looking up, and I said, "That's Gene Simmons. That's Gene Simmons." It's like that. No, that's fucking Danny DeVito. That's not Gene Simmons. He didn't have a. He had just. It blew me away. It was really the big buzzkill for that one. But that's what I remember about when I remember about MGM Grand. But when we worked in at Caesars here, we worked in what they called a Kwanzaa hut in the back. They had this makeshift arena in the which was, I guess, if I recall, in the back parking lot.
That might be where we are right now.
Really?
I'm being
Right.
serious. I think that's
Right.
I think that's where we're doing this right now.
Right. And also another Vegas memory. Here's the place that Pillman dropped down off the ring and grabbed Heenan, and Heenan said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
It was this Clash of the Champions?
It was the one at Caesars. Yeah.
You mean MGM? Was that at Caesars?
That was Caesars.
Okay.
That was a Caesars Clash. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What the fuck's wrong with you? And I'm thinking, that's great, because I knew that Jeff Carr was in the backstage area, and I wonder what he had to say about it.
Can we get to the bottom of something?
We're going to anyway, I
It's
guess.
been bothering me.
Okay.
You said something to Dave and I on two separate occasions. Why are you laughing?
Go ahead.
You were commenting on how you were really attracted to bigger women.
Okay.
And when I asked why,
Yeah.
and you said, well, I want to tussle with them. And I'll never forget Dave Silva's laugh. Hey, you saying the word tussle. And he tried to recreate, Dave did what he thought it would even look like, Tony Schiavone tussling. And Dave Silva mimicking Tony Schiavone going for a collar and elbow tie-up.
With Nia Jax, yes, would be.
Do you want Nia to sort of bully you? Is the word I believe you used.
No, tussle.
So you don't want them to be like me.
I never liked the very pristine, prissy, ladylike ladies. I like the brash. I mean, and like Lois, okay? I mean, she physically wouldn't beat you up, but boy, she could mentally beat the fuck out of you all the time. So you have to tussle with Lois mentally. So that's why I was thinking that the bigger women are the ones I could tussle with. Am I explaining this right, Dave?
No, you're not.
So, yes. So I've always enjoyed Tamina, Nia Jax, whomever else.
So are you into some sort of like BDSM?
No.
Do you have any like whips or chains or masks or paddles?
Well, you see, you always
restraints.
take
Well, here's the thing: like most guys come to town and want to like in Vegas want to go to like a strip club,
right?
And you were not asking for that.
No, I was asking you to see Marie Osmond. Right. It didn't follow your story, but that's what I was asking.
Okay.
We'll
go with that.
Okay.
Are you leaving? Just tell me now?
Okay.
Are you leaving Las Vegas with the Prince Albert?
What's the Prince Albert?
That's where you pierce the head of your penis.
What bullshit? What?
Yeah, you not heard of people doing that?
Don't I know what you're doing. I don't want to see it. Don't call it up on the Google search. Okay.
Why are you so nervous right now?
I don't want to see it on the Google machine.
Well,
This is some Vegas vacation. What did you do on your Vegas vacation? We looked at Prince Albert's on our Google phone. Oh, that's a great Vegas vacation. Where did you do it? In the middle casino? No. About 10 football fields on the other side of Caesars.
Why are you angry about this?
I'm just saying, it's a big place. So anyway, what were we talking about here?
Well, we're talking about professional wrestling.
Yes. That's fucking burned in my retina now.
Look at that one.
I'm not looking at it. Oh, God. That's called Prince Albert. Okay.
Tony, you got to talk here. It's a podcast, buddy.
Okay. All right. No, we also need to say that I'm going to be at StarCast the entire time. Thank you for putting those away. And we'll have a great time. You and I got a couple of things to do this summer that we're going to do.
Did you find out about July yet?
July. Oh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Okay. But, we are doing a show in June, 2 of them.
Right. St. Louis and Baltimore. Back-to-back days.
Tickets are on sale now. Jimmy's Famous Seafood has you covered in Baltimore. And we're going to see our buddy up there in St. Louis again. We had a great time. And tell everybody where to get tickets for both shows.
It's etix.com. It's etix.com. You can get tickets for that one. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And, did you hear that we're going to have a lot of low-key big hogs come to St. Louis?
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. They're going to come, they say, en masse, in full force. Because, they got their own chat channel now.
What?
Yeah, there's a chat. It's called a Discord channel that Travis Langley set up. So all the low-key big hogs are on that.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that pretty cool? That is really cool.
We've created something kind of fun there.
Yeah, I know we have. God. And I don't know if anybody's had more fun than we've had. So where are we going to go after this? We're going to go to a shoe show?
I think you and Silva are going to go look for cow cheeks.
No, I mean, this is look. It's still very early, and
I think I need to go call and apologize to Peggy Lathan for last week's episode. She finally heard it, and she was not happy.
Really, she'll get over it.
I think my favorite thing from last week, though, is when we stopped recording.
Yeah.
You said, "Where the fuck did you come up with designing women?"
And you have no idea.
No, I didn't. I just thought, man, what was a popular show right then that Peggy definitely watched? And the part that she's upset about, I don't think has anything to do with designing women, because she can't deny that she watched that.
Whew. And yeah, TV shows keep getting better and better.
We've announced replacement shows for the empty arena match at StarCast.
Right.
Where it was going to be Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk sitting down and talking about that match. We've replaced it now with the Taz show.
Really?
And he won't tell me his plan for the show yet. That was part of the deal, is he got to do his show his way, whatever that means.
Really?
And then we've just announced that Jim Johnston is not going to be able to make it. But this time for a positive reason. He's going to be a grandfather again, and it just so happens the due date is the day he was supposed to be here, the 25th of May. So we've replaced that show
with
Booker T.
Oh,
Booker T's cool. Hall of Fame podcast, and he's got some special guests lined up that we're not advertising just yet, but it's going to be pretty fun.
Well, I think that we should get like Dave and some of the other staff members, okay, to hold down Taz, and you stomp the shit out of him.
I don't think they have to hold him down.
Okay.
Hey, so let me ask you this. Did you hear what we announced for Ron Funches? Because I think you'll like this.
I've not, no.
We announced that on Friday night, after the roast, late night, last thing.
Oh, my God.
Ron Funches is going to host something with his partner in crime, Sean Waltman, called Get High and Watch Wrestling.
Oh, my God.
So Matthew from Botchamania is going to be there. Mm-hmm. He's going to have some clips.
And everybody's going to be.
Ron Funches and Sean Waltman will be there. Hi. Watching wrestling. Oh. And having on good authority, they would like you to join them.
No.
Ron Funches actually put it as a life goal.
Oh, I know. I saw that tweet.
That he would smoke weed with Tony Schiavone. Just so you could say this is the greatest chronic in the history of our great sport.
That's pretty fucking cool, buddy. That's some cool stuff.
Gonna make it even cooler? I don't know that we've announced this by the time this airs yet, but we're going to this week.
Marie Osmond?
We've got all the Viceland documentary airing on a loop at StarCast. So if you couldn't see it for whatever reason, or you missed an episode, you can catch it at Tuscany, where we'll have Frankie's Jam Session and DDPY Yoga and all the podcast movement shows and Get High and Watch Wrestling. It'll all be at Tuscany, but it'll all be free. So everything I just said, you don't need a ticket for.
That's tremendous.
Of any sort. Just come hang out.
Just come hang out.
It's free.
And you'll be with your brethren. You'll be with your friends. You can make new friends.
Yeah, you'll be with some wrestling friends.
How come we never? Why don't we do the wrestling seance?
I think it's offensive. I mean, I appreciate you laughing at me, and I know Dave is too, because I'm offensive on this show, but I'm not a StarCast. It's like I've got to be a little more inclusive.
Right.
And it's funny when it's just, you and your attic and me right off my garage, and we're just riffing and just shitting on whatever. But to think that, we might be pretending to communicate with the undead relatives of people in the other room. Like, we couldn't possibly pretend to call Macho Man if Lanny fucking Pappas across the hall. That's a dick move.
Yes, because the ghost of Brandy would go up and say, Lanny, show him your parlor trick, and he'd get really pissed off at all of us.
Now you're just being mean. Can we tell everybody
It's a great joke.
the story from Hazel Green, Alabama?
No, because it's not true. I think of things. Don't say that story. I got the last guy that'll land on my cutting room floor. But I think crazy things.
Like?
I just think crazy, like for instance, just something that completely shocks you and surprises you, you know.
What completely surprises you?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
No, I just try to think of things that would shock somebody, things I would think were funny, because I think good comedy. This is comedy 101. I think good comedy has no bounds. None.
Well, why don't you tell some boundaryless jokes?
Because this is not a comedy podcast. It's a wrestling podcast.
Wait, what?
And I'm on my vacation, too. I'm on my European. I'm on my Vegas vacation. Right. That's what I am.
I thought we were out here working. I am.
If we can't fellowship during it.
Haven't we been doing that for a while now? How long have we been doing that?
We've been, we're hour and 25 minutes into this.
That's a lot of fellowship.
Yeah, it is a lot of fellowship.
Especially considering we fellowshipped at least an hour in my room before we came.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a rather large room.
I noticed.
But can we agree that it's not exactly what we would describe as a nice room?
No, it's...
This time our travel buddy made our arrangements, so we wound up not staying at Caesars. Didn't get the memo that we have to be at Caesars. So he booked me at a Caesars sister property, which we won't name.
Right.
But it is in dire need of renovation.
It's not Caesars.
No. And here's the deal. If it was in mine or your town, we'd be like, this is pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
But in Las Vegas, we're like, what the fuck?
That's exactly right.
This is not what we were expecting.
The manager of that property came over to Caesars and says, hey, how about some money for renovations? He went, look at our pool. We cannot afford to do any more renovations or any other property.
By the way, they're going to do, I took you to the balcony.
Right.
And it overlooks the pool. It's going to be like our smoking deck, but that's where we're doing Cody's cigar party thing.
Right.
How cool of a backdrop is that going to be?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Let's talk about Cody. Did you see his promo this week?
Did not.
Can I show it to you?
Yes, you can.
I'd really like to show it to you and
What
get
do you
your
think
opinion.
of it, Dave?
It's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal?
It's incredible.
It is? Mm-hmm. That's Dave Silva, by the way, everyone.
You don't think it's good?
No, I would just...
Well, we're going to play it here on the show.
Okay.
Get your opinion.
Okay. We'll do a little watch along here. What do we get fans to go?
This is Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. Okay.
I have always loved my brother. When you're a little kid and you're going to the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia, and here he comes, tall, blonde, every woman in the place going absolutely nuts for him. I'd say at one point he was my hero. You know, there's this regular jilted and lazy trope commentators in wrestling will use. You'll hear them say, the prodigal son.
Hey.
And I have to wonder, I'm curious, who out there listening actually understands the morals and the implications in Luke 15:11 in that parable. There's two brothers. One does everything right. One works very hard, tries to keep his family whole. The other goes abroad, whores about, and makes every conceivable wrong choice you could possibly make. But it's the first brother who is equally in the wrong because he has an expectancy from the father for all his good deeds, and none of it mattered. The father loved them the same. I've sat on enough couches telling my story to know which brother I am. I'm good with it. And this notion of brother versus brother, of natural versus nightmare, it's all very marketable, it's all very romantic, albeit not very accurate. What's accurate is that this match is generation versus generation. I am not here to kill Dustin Rhodes. I'm here to kill the Attitude Era. My entire lot, my whole class of peers has been compared to these gilded late 90s through the early 2000s for over a decade, and it's an utter sham. Sure, you paved the roads for us, but gosh, you set the speed markers at 35 because you are terrified of any of us putting our foot down on the pedal. You mean to tell me some pissant bodybuilder making every match a no DQ, meandering around the crowd, throwing the jib cam at his opponent compares with a Kenny Okada match? Or some bra and panty spectacular can match up with what the women did last September 1st? Or even Dwayne, as electric as it was, rhyming and raising, was it really better than what Punk said sitting on that stage? Listen, I am the least roads of the roads. But they gave me a pair of boots. I've got the basics. When you do something to death, when you ride something to death, that's literally what happens. When that animal can't go anymore and it falls out on the trail and you can feel the tension in its eyes and its fluttered breaths of panic, and it knows it's going to die and it wants to die. You don't just leave it because you love it. You pull from the hip. You roll your fingers on the steel of the chamber. You pull the hammer back. You do not anticipate the recoil, and you blow it away. Like I said, I love my brother.
What do you think?
Well, that made his daddy proud, wouldn't it?
I think it's one of the best promos of his career.
Yeah.
After that, are you ready to see the match?
Yes, I am.
I mean, I think that's the mark of a good promo, right? I mean, you know, they didn't start marketing this thing until like a month out. You know, they're a month out from the show, and they announced that it's Dustin Rhodes, and there's a video interviewing Dustin, and it tells his side of the story, which is really good. Right. And then you get Cody's rebuttal here, saying it's not about brothers. Right. I know which one of those kids I am. It's about taking out your generation of wrestling. Right. I think that's good stuff. And there's going to be a lot of comments about the pissant bodybuilder line.
Right.
What do you think of that? Because that's your boy.
I don't have a problem with it. It was part of a great interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. And I know you're not, regardless of what people want to say, you're not employed by AEW. Okay. How difficult do you think this is going to be for them?
The pay-per-view or the company?
The inevitable things that's going to try to happen to try to it's going to.
The odds are way against them. The odds are way against them. Yeah. It's way uphill. Right. It's a lot of work. It can be successful, but it's going to take an extraordinary effort from a lot of people and a little bit of luck. And I think they know that. And that they're brave enough and confident enough to say, we're going to bet on ourselves. Right. I mean, I know that's what Tony's doing. I mean, Tony's literally putting his money where his mouth is, right. You know? Yeah. It's a lot of money. And people have talked about that for a long time, that, oh, it's going to take a billionaire to come along. Well, he's here. Right. And this is it. And if anybody's ever had a shot to make it work, it's him. It's them. I mean, they've got the talent. They've got the financial backing. They've got the mainstream connections. Mm-hmm. This is a real thing. Tony can get meetings a lot of people couldn't get.
Right. And I understand that. What measures success in pro wrestling now?
Dollars.
And I get that. Okay, but it was a war at one time. It was either they were trying to knock each other off. Okay. Why? Why can't you have more than one successful wrestling company?
Well, but being the number one and being the only are two different things.
Right.
And WWE has enjoyed being the only for far too long.
Right.
And this may annoy some of my AEW friends, but they're going to be number one. You've just got to be happy to be in the game and be number two. Right. I mean, WWE has been so far ahead,
Mm-hmm.
to the point where they're publicly traded. And you got to think about how many wrestling companies that's ever even happened to, and what that really meant. I mean, this is a company that is worth billions of dollars. They had. Did you see what happened to the stock last week? At one point, it went over $100 a share, and this is a stock just 3 or 4 years ago was $16. I mean, it's crazy, and it fell back down to like 85 by the end of the week. So it went up, but it had quite a tumble because they reported their first loss, and it would have been a bigger loss had they not done that Saudi show. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason they're still doing this next Saudi show, because they want to, ensure investors that the money's still going to be there.
Right.
Because they lost millions on the quarter.
Wow.
And that's unusual for them.
But why can't?
There can be a second promotion. I'm just saying
it should be. It shouldn't have to be either or. It's been a wrestling war too long, and I'm telling you, you can't tell me that. I don't know anything for sure. You can't tell me that he's not concerned about AEW.
No, clearly he is. Hello.
Well, but why can't he just say another wrestling promotion will put more eyes on wrestling, and we'll all benefit from it? I just never did get why you got to be scared.
I don't think he's scared. I think he's just protective of his spot, brother. That's what everybody in wrestling does.
Right.
Everybody's worried about losing their spot.
Right.
Even Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Not losing his spot with his boss, but yes, losing his spot with his boss, the fans.
Mm-hmm.
He's worried that the fans may decide they like something a little better. And I think what he's really more worried about is not necessarily, AEW landing a better TV deal or AEW landing a better licensing deal. I think right now he's worried about losing talent to AEW because he already has. And it looks like there's an epidemic. You see guys asking for the release. I don't know how much you keep up with that, but, like TJ Perkins asked for his release and he got it.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, Dash and Wilder, the Revival, asked for their release and they didn't get it. Luke Harper just came back from an injury, asked for his release, and not only did he not get it, they added 6 months on to his contract because he was out with an injury, so they rolled him over. And supposedly, Sasha Banks is not happy with her spot, so she threatened to quit and asked for her release. They wouldn't give it to her and told her to go home. So right now, they might be just freezing her out where she's got to sit at home and sit out her contract there. So there's lots of people who are leaving, and allegedly Dean Ambrose is already gone.
Yeah, well, that's been so much on TV. It's almost like it's become an angle in itself.
I don't think it is. I think he's gone.
Oh.
And I think, all over the internet this weekend, Chris Jericho was commenting on the likelihood of Dean Ambrose coming to AEW.
Right. Think he'd bring his wife? I'm asking for a friend.
No, I don't. I think maybe eventually, but I don't think it would start that way.
Okay. I'd rather see her than him, but it's not that I don't like him.
I understand.
Okay.
So, you asked a question about AEW. Do they know how difficult this is going to be?
Yeah.
You didn't mean the pay-per-view. You meant just competing.
Against a, and I guess you this is why anybody gets into business, right? There's going to be competition. And
See, here's my thing, though.
Do they know what is going to happen and how difficult the other party is going to make it for them?
I think they're figuring it out.
Okay.
I mean, the night before Hunter had his biggest and most important match of the year, and he's going into the Hall of Fame. And during his own induction,
right,
he goes out of his way to say that Vince McMahon would buy that little pissant company you work for,
right,
Billy Gunn, just so he could fire you again.
So there you go. First big shot.
But he's allowing AEW to take up space.
Right. Which is
in his most important time. It's your own Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah.
It's the night before you have your biggest match of the year.
Right.
A guy you've wanted to wrestle for a long time, and you're thinking about that. I thought it was very telling.
Yeah. But they're going to just, if nothing else, it's going to make the WWE better.
I think competition's good for everybody.
Well,
I definitely think it'll make them better.
Yeah. We were at our best when they were at their best, or when we were battling each other, put it that way. They made us better, and we obviously made them a lot better.
So what are you looking forward to the most at Double or Nothing?
Oh, Double or Nothing. I thought
I
was going to say getting to meet
Donnie Marie.
Donnie Marie.
Jericho Omega. Who you got?
I got Omega.
Lucha Bros, Young Bucks. Who you got?
Wow. That's going to be a kick-ass, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Young Bucks got to go over in their first big show, right?
Dustin and Cody. Who you got?
Yeah, I got Cody.
Pac and Hangman. Who you got?
Hangman.
Oh. Rapid fire those, buddy.
I'm a damn wrestling announcer, buddy.
So where are you at on WWE going to Saudi?
I will just as soon us drive up the strip here and say hello to the ladies. You know, just roll down the window. Not like this, but roll down the window and say, hey.
Tony loves making that hand motion like it's a manual in the back of a limo in 2019.
Can we do it again? Yeah, ready? It's funner each time, doesn't it? No, I just think we should, because it's great talking to you, but I mean, I wanted to do something.
I don't know that we're allowed to do anything.
No, I'm talking about go down and put down some money on the casino table, or go out and see the colored light. We're stuck inside of them.
If you think this is bad, you wait till StarCast week. You're not going to see the light.
I knew that's why I'm coming here early, so I can see the light.
I don't think the light's where you think it is, but you're willing to go look for it anyway. I was told that you've been doing that so long that you used to do it by candlelight. You get down there by candlelight and then blow on it to find the seam.
Where do you get this shit? Blow on it.
Tony's dead.
Blow on it to find the seam. Holy shit.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. All right, so besides not having Lois do a countdown for this show, what else was going on it?
Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
So my buddy Corey texted me over the weekend. He bought a ring for himself, a pinky ring, and he sent it to me in Casio, and it said, "Pinky ring life." How would you describe the ring?
Who is this? This is Corey. Do I know Corey?
Yeah, he's a stand-up comedian. You met him.
Okay.
What was my response?
Looks like what we traded Louisiana.
Are you okay? So he sends pinky ring life, and I said, "My God, it looks like what we traded for Louisiana." I thought it was funny. Tony did too, apparently.
Yes, I did too.
Tony, I feel like you need a nap.
I do. No, we're just getting started.
Well, you're trying to wrap us up, and you're just laughing to yourself.
No, I'm not trying to wrap you up.
I think you may have overindulged.
No, I haven't overindulged, but I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm sitting with two Chekhovs in the boardroom in the back corner of Caesar's Palace. Okay?
You wanted to do it at Caesar's. We didn't.
Oh. No, I wanted the lights, the camera,
Camera? It's a podcast, bro.
You know, I mean, I wanted the excitement of Las Vegas, and we could have done this in my basement. And here we are, and we're in Las Vegas, and we're taking advantage of nothing. The girls are not even here. There's no dancers. Okay.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tony has to tussle.
No, I don't have to tussle.
When I look at my clock, I realize it's about that time. Get that bitch a dilly bar.
That's right, Conrad. Into Las Vegas on your vacation. You dumb motherfucker. And do nothing. And we're out of time. And we'll see you next week on What Happened When? On the MLW Radio Network and on
Patron.
Hey folks, Dave Silva here, and promotional consideration is paid for by the following. BoxOfGimmicks.com with new items each week. The official store of What Happened When, something to wrestle with in 83 weeks. Log on and get your gimmicks for the wrestling fan in your life.
Someone's squeezing your balls.
Patreon.com/WHW Monday is a place to be. Join Conrad and Papa Tony Schiavone, he's my daddy, with bonus podcasts, behind the scenes videos, live weekly chats, and new content each week. And by LowestRules.com. Get all your t-shirts from What Happened When right now. And by What Happened When Live in St. Louis, Saturday, June 22nd at 9 at Off-Broadway. Tickets available at eTix, that's eTix, Tix.com. And What Happened When Live in Baltimore, Sunday, June 23rd at noon at Jimmy's Favorite Seafood with those delicious crab cakes. Those tickets are available at jimmysfamousseafood.com. And by Starcast 2, coming to Las Vegas May 23rd through 26th.
Conrad's the man.
As part of Double or Nothing Weekend.
The Jesus of wrestling.
Go to Starcast.com for more information.